I went into law because I wanted to fight for civil rights. Because my father was actually well, he was actually discriminated against because he was Chinese, okay? Because he was the only Asian caseworker and only Asian supervisor at the DCFS, they wouldn't promote him. They told him to wait his turn. They said, you need to wait your turn. Even though he had master's degree, took on some of the hardest cases, and he had the best track record, they passed him up 4 times. So he filed a lawsuit in federal court, and he won. I went to jury trial, and he won. And I remember because, I was very young. I think I was like a teenager, probably maybe, I want to say, or a young person, like early 20s. And I said, that's it. I'm going to go to law school, and I want to be a civil rights attorney to fight for, the people's rights. Growing up in Illinois and growing up in Chicago, because I came here as a little child, so I consider myself Chicagoan, I realized that, what's interesting, and then also my work in politics, I realized, this is very strange. There's no Asians elected to any major office in Illinois. And this was when I was younger, and I said, well, this is weird. I mean, we didn't even have a judge elected to Cook County Circuit Court. And it wasn't until, you're going to love this, 2002, that we elected the first Asian American judge to the Cook County bench. I mean, now today we have 9 judges on the Cook County bench, Asian judges. We have our first Chinese American Cook County judge just elected last year, Judge Laura Liu. Yeah, can you believe this? And we finally got 2 3 Asian judges in the federal bench for our circuit. And our first Chinese American federal circuit judge, Judge Edmund Chang. Asian Americans are 6% of Illinois. Of that group, Chinese Americans or Chinese immigrants are the largest of the Asian groups, right? And we hardly have anybody from the Chinese community running for office. And so, people should be upset by that, because, everybody, it's like when my father was trying to get promoted, they kept telling him to wait his turn, right? But if we wait, we'll never get anywhere. So why I want to run is for a couple of reasons. One, because I believe that there should be more Asian and Chinese representation in the city council. 2, because, in the first ward, we need somebody there who cares about what the people want and also will promote business that will be beneficial to the community, as well as, make sure that any development is done that's also good for the community as well. And, also promote public safety. How is this going to help the Chinese community? It's going to help because you'll get your first Chinese American elected to a major office in Illinois, okay? And I'll be able to sponsor and champion causes that in city council that will benefit the Chinese community, okay? So there's certain pieces of legislation that I can sponsor, that I can bring forth. Since I'm in direct communication with not just the Chinese community, but the Asian community, I know what are some of the issues, the fact that we're not getting as many resources. And also, as an elected official, I can help encourage and work with others to get them to be either elected or to help them, encourage them to get into these training programs. We need to help each other, and nobody will take us seriously. They like to get our money and, our resources, but then they don't want to do anything for us, right? Or they pretend we don't exist. We need to keep getting people elected to stop those types of things, to say, that's not right. And then we get, and just so Asians get routinely forgotten in the state legislature and in the city legislature because there's nobody there to say, hey, don't forget about us. So they're like, a lot of times there's scholarships. They list everybody but Asians, because nobody's there to say, hey. Exactly. So, I want to provide that voice. I've been working in the community for a long time, And, you know, I understand it. I know a lot of the leaders. I've worked with them before. And, you know, and I have a unique understanding. So I can see what programs are out there, talk to the members, see what they want, what they need, work with the local aldermen around the Chinatown area to make sure that they keep their word and they do it, and make sure that they co-sponsor legislation that will help the Chinatown community as well.